All right, everybody, we've got Mike Petersen here. If you have a question for him, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll call on you. Spencer Nussbaum, we'll start with you. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. How's it going?
All good, Spencer. Hope you are.
Same here, yep. Do you have the starting lineup for tonight, and do you know yet what types of minutes we can expect out of Tiffany?
Yes and yes. So we're going to start Kennedi, Courtney, Tiff, Tiana, and E. And Tiffany's not on any minutes restriction or any if she doesn't get tired or in foul trouble, all of them are in play. Now that probably won't happen, but Tiff's in shape. She knows what we're doing. She's ready to go. She's going to play as if she's been here the whole time.
Brandon Sudge, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, in terms of Kennedy and her production tonight, how important is her play in order to dictate that pace against Chicago?
Yeah, it's always important, right? I mean, she has the ball in her hands a lot in transition, and so it's always important that she's in attack mode in transition. And all of our guards, right? I mean, we got a lot of people that can bring it, but Kennedy has it as much or more than anyone, and so it's always important that she's really in attack mode and she's looking to be aggressive in transition.
Any last questions? Spencer, go ahead.
Yeah, just kind of following up on that. Do you feel like you have a good handle at this point in the season? I know it's still early, but on how you're mixing and matching the backcourt and the guards in the rotation, are you still going to go, 3 guard heavy? And do you feel like they're starting to gel a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I have as good a handle on it as you're going to have after one game with a team that has this many new pieces in it, right? I mean, so yes and no, right? I mean, every team in this league, with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, the rotations are going to evolve over the course of the season. And ours certainly will. Again, we've talked about this before. We have a lot of players that haven't played together. Tiff just got here. We've had a lot of players out of practice recently. So it's just a matter of us getting a feel for that. But yeah, for this game, I feel like I have a good feel on it. And then the game will dictate what we do.
Angel Gray, go ahead.
Coach, 4 days of practice for you. You said you wanted to fine tune the defensive end as well as getting up shots and making sure that you were able to take care of getting into a rhythm. How would you say you progressed in these 4 days?
Yeah, I think we had really good practices. I mean, we had, 3 days of practice leading up to today, and all of them were very good, I thought. And so I thought we were very focused. I thought we competed really hard. I thought our 5-on-5 stuff in practice looked like a game, which is important, right? So that was all really good. And now you got to go out and show that in games.
Brandon Sudge, go ahead.
Coach, sorry, another question on the guards here, but I mean, you looking forward to having Odyssey Sam tonight, like as a spark off the bench? I mean, how is that kind of different for her in that role, and how does that help you?
You kind of broke up for a second. It's about Odyssey.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, how does it help?
I just didn't hear which person you asked about. So that's good. No, that's good. Yeah, exactly. And I told Odyssey 2 days ago, maybe, trying to remember. I feel like I have 4 starting perimeter players. And so who starts from game to game may vary, but that when she comes in, and she will come in early, and I told her, I don't know who you'll go for, but you'll go for one of those 3 on the perimeter. She just needs to give us energy, and she needs to come in and play like she played in the last game. She played really good in the last game. So it's a luxury to have a player that you're excited about bringing off the bench. Sometimes you're subbing out of necessity, to solve a problem. We get to sub out of positivity. Hey, here's someone coming off the bench that can provide X, Y, Z for us.
And back to Angel for the last question.
Coach, Tiffany Hayes said she's excited to play with Courtney Williams, and just the energy is going to be crazy. What have you seen already in practice that would support that?
Yeah, I think she's right. You know, I mean, those are two players that play with a ton of energy and a ton of emotion, and they feed off one another. You know, and just having Tiff in practice the last 3 days has been a huge boost. And so those two, I'm sure, will feed off of each other, as will everybody else. You know, this is a team that needs to play with a little bit of adrenaline, a little bit of emotion. And that's good. That's a really good thing, because again, it's hard to create the pace. It's hard to create the defensive pressure that we want if you don't have at least a little bit of emotion and a little bit of adrenaline. So, you know, Tiff's been fabulous and everybody's fed off of her, but everybody feeds off Court, everybody feeds off Ken and Odyssey and Ari and all our bigs, right? So Mo, right? So I think that's a pretty cooperative effort, but those two especially, you know, I'm excited to watch them play. I've never seen them play together, so I'm excited too.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good game.